Hi everyone, my name is Hope Weisler. I'm one of the DCRI Fellows, and I'm here today with Dr. Eric Huang, who is the director of the Duke Forge, as well as the Chief Officer for Data Safety and Quality, to talk a little bit about machine learning and artificial intelligence in clinical research. So maybe we could start by talking a little bit about sort of what role you see machine learning and AI playing in clinical research and why that might be important.
So clearly machine learning is being utilized for clinical decision support, but there's incredible possibilities for machine learning in the roles of clinical research in the life sciences. And really one of the key things about machine learning is that it provides us a way to synthesize data in ways that it was difficult for us to do previously, and that in most cases in the life sciences we're integrating multiple data sources. And machine learning is actually a great way to extract meaning and inference from integrating multiple data sources. So there's a ton of potential with machine learning in terms of helping us go from raw sort of source information to synthesize information that we need to make decisions, whether those are clinical decision support type decisions or clinical research type decisions.
That sounds awesome. Can you give us any examples of how this has already been done so far, groups or companies that are thinking about doing this currently or in the future?
There's clearly a huge cottage industry of startups who are focused on this, and there's incredible work actually happening here at the DCRI, for example. Dr. Renata Lopez, for instance, has been working with Ricardo Henao here at Duke on using machine learning to help with clinical event adjudication. Again, here's a situation where you have raw source material. That source material isn't inherently usable in the way that we need to use it for basically making decisions about whether something happens to a patient in a clinical trial. Machine learning is actually well suited to taking all that raw, undifferentiated, unstructured information and actually structuring it in a way that makes it useful for actually doing biostatistical type inference.
And how might patients benefit from that down the line?
I think there's a ton of efficiency that we can bring into clinical research. You know, a lot of people throw around numbers like on average it costs about $4 billion to develop a drug. A lot of that is in brute force, basically transferring all this information from raw source documentation, laboratory values, et cetera, into structured data. My suspicion is that a lot of that cost can be squeezed out by automating the process using machine learning tools.
Okay. Dr. Huang, thank you so much for sitting down and taking the time to talk to me about machine learning and artificial intelligence in clinical research. I think we have a lot of really exciting things coming down the pipeline.
Thank you, Hope, and I really enjoyed talking about it.